Hey every pony, this is Dendiesel and welcome to another Dendiesel Disapproves. This episode, Amending Fences. The episode starts with Spike complaining about the dishes. And Twilight is still tired from the Grand Equestria Pony Summit. Glad to see they're doing continuity again after Princess Spike. Spike comments about ponies coming to her about friendship, when apparently she was a bad friend before she moved to Ponyville. Oh yeah, she was, wasn't she? Yeah, thought so. And Twilight can't even remember her old friends' names. Then she realizes how bad of a friend she was. So she decides to go to Canterlot and make it up to them. They land in Canterlot and go to Twilight's old library room, whatever it is. And they find the library is exactly how they left.
And here's that present I was going to give Moondancer. Guess you won't be needing that.
He has rarity for that now. And Spike finds something on the floor and says,
Hey, look! The rest of it's still here!
I wonder if that'll come back. Twilight is worried about how she left the place, but Spike tells her that it wasn't her fault. Huh, Spike, you're written well in this episode. Congratulations! So do only 2 writers on the show know how to write Spike? Twilight says she has to make it up to her old friends, but still can't remember their names. So in the morning, they go to see Minuet.
These ponies have probably been suffering ever since I left.
You really think they cared about that much? Minuet seems very happy to see Twilight and wants a photo with her.
I tried to tell my co-workers we used to be friends back when.
This line is interesting because it's been at maximum 2 years. Probably less since Twilight moved to Ponyville. I mean, we already know that from Friendship is Magic to Magical Mystery Cure, it was about a year. And we had our second winter only about a few episodes ago. So I'd say it's been less than 2 years. For this meeting, it's more believable, but later on in this episode I was thinking, did they really change that much in less than 2 years? So they go and meet up with more of Twilight's old friends, and apparently they see Twilight all the time but had never decided to talk to her. And apparently Twilight was also friends with Lyra. I guess she has sweeter drops for that now.
We're always over there visiting her. Or she's coming over here.
I guess that is a nod to background ponies basically appearing everywhere. Twilight apologizes for being a bad friend, and the others giggle in response, as you know a normal person would.
Yeah, we didn't take it personally.
Remember that line for me, won't you? So they decide to go to their old science lab, and Twilight has a flashback to when she was a filly. Twilight and this pony called Moondancer have an epic talk battle of salt licks.
Oh, I've got the wrong book. That's so hilarious.
How did you read ahead and not notice you had the wrong book? I'm a recaller! Oh. I presume they weren't friends at this point because
When I was just a filly, I found it rather silly to see how many other ponies I could meet.
maybe not. She looks a bit older here than in BBFFF, but I still think they're not friends at this point. So at some point between then and Friendship is Magic, she made friends. Not good friends, but still friends. So they go see Moondancer. And she's as pleased to see Twilight as the others. So they're going for what if Twilight met her old self here. This could be interesting.
Come on, Twilight. We've been watching her for 3 days.
And I thought Pinky and A Friend Indeed was persistent.
Together in the West Castle courtyard. You want to come?
Oh, sorry, girls. I got a lot of studying to catch up on.
So yeah, continuity. And remember guys, the littlest thing you do can affect someone's life in a major way. And Twilight seems a bit guilty about not going to the party, and we see she wants to make it up to her. So Twilight keeps bothering her in the library. Again, it feels a bit like A Friend Indeed, but thankfully toned down.
A bubble of silence.
A silence spell. That's pretty cool. Twilight fails to talk to Moondancer, so she uses a spell to put herself in the book, which is pretty cool. And while Moondancer is still pretty dismissive, the spell intrigues her.
Look, Twilight Twinkle.
Oh, that's a clever one, for those who get it.
It's one of Haycart's methods.
Something to do with magic that didn't come from Star Swirl? Hooray!
I have a copy of his treatise on ponies, you know.
Maybe someday this will turn into an actual book like the Journal of the Two Sisters. So they go back to Twilight's old place, and Moondancer finds an old book she gave Twilight. Twilight tries to bargain with Moondancer, the key to her place for a night out, She finally convinces her when she offers to teach her the spell we saw earlier. The dinner goes awkwardly and Moondancer leaves. But Twilight tries to stop her, and fails.
I gave friendship a chance a long time ago. It didn't work out then, it isn't gonna work out now.
You know, I would hardly call 2 years a long time. So, we have another flashback. Well, more of an imagination of what happened. And apparently Twilight thought she meant so much to Moondancer that her not coming would ruin the whole party. Surely that wouldn't have happened.
Sure.
So Twilight brings in the big guns. Pinky! Pinky can fly! It's canon! And Pinky and Minuet already know each other.
She was one of Cadence's bridesmaids.
Holy continuity! Then Pinky goes off to set up the party. Moondancer follows the trail of books to the party. When you're a princess, you can afford to place books all over the street. Twilight convinces her to stay and tries to apologize.
And you didn't show up! Ah!
Remember that line from earlier?
Yeah, we didn't take it personally.
Why did Moondancer take it personally? Was she a close friend of Twilight's? I mean, the books she gave her, and her maybe trying to look like her, makes it seem like they were. But that doesn't make sense as a whole. I mean, the whole point of the show is that Twilight didn't have any close friends until she moved to Ponyville. Wait. Or maybe the relationship wasn't mutual. What if Moondancer really liked Twilight, but Twilight didn't care all that much? Okay, that's all I'm gonna do with that. Twilight and her old friends convince her that ponies do care.
That's the librarian, the bookseller, my sister.
You've got a lot of friends, Moondancer.
7. 7 friends. Actually, that is a lot, considering how many I have on here. I've only got 3 friends here on YouTube. Twilight apologizes and says that seeing how she affected Moondancer was one of the worst feelings she ever had. They make up and have a party. Spike gives that thing he found on the floor, which turned out to be a photo of them to Moondancer. You know, Spike was really good in this episode. Hooray! So that was Amending Fences. It gave me a pretty much meh reaction. I take that back, I actually liked that episode. Even though the bulk of it was pretty meh. It's a good episode, and seeing Twilight interact with old friends and someone who was essentially who she used to be was interesting. And Spike was good in this episode. But the episode did give me a pretty meh reaction in the end. Join us next week for a Luna episode. The fans will be pleased, Larson. Wait, actually there probably won't be an episode review next week because our editor is going on holiday. There might be something during those weeks. We'll just have to wait and see. Thanks again.
Brains, I'm alright. I'll eat the brains till the zombie bite. Sure, they might think it's deranged, but they won't give it a thought after I've eaten their brain. Brains, it's